Hey everyone, so I've been thinking about making this video for a very long time now, and I'm not talking about 1 day or 2 day or 3 day or a week. I'm talking about nearly 5, 6, 7, 8 years, alright? And I finally have the guts to kind of make this video because, I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to talk about because I really messed up when I was starting out, and I think I don't want other people to mess up because today's prices are just crazy. And if you make a wrong decision, obviously, unless, right, you have rich parents, right? But I didn't have rich parents. So I have poor parents. And if you have poor parents, you know that you cannot mess up. If you mess up, you can be like in one of those tent cities, right? Obviously. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about is if you go to school and, you graduate, obviously you got to figure out what you want to do, right? But what's even more important before that is what you want to do with the money you get. All right. It is not about, hey, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to get the money and then save it up and stuff like that. First of all, the only reason you go get a job, right? So what's the point of getting money? The reason and the point of getting money is to buy something, right? I mean, that is the entire point of working. You don't work to get money, right? You work to get money so you can get something, right? If your money can't get anything, then it's not worth working for, right? So anyways, what happened to me was that I was kind of stupid. When I graduated, right, I was looking for a title. I wanted like some sort of high-class manager title or something like that and a certain amount, only $40,000. But, none of the companies would give me that. They would offer me $35,000 and they would offer me like this position, and then I wanted exactly 45, right? But nowadays, I kind of realized that, well, 35 and 40,000, it's just a $5,000 difference. It's not a lot of money, all right? But here's the problem. The prices of real estate has gone up drastically. So let's say this. When I started out, right, if I spent all of my money to try to get a mortgage and get a house, right? Well, I have a house right now, but it's not in Toronto. But anyways, that I wouldn't have to move. Let's say that, right? The houses in Toronto at the time were around 200,000, 300,000 for a bungalow, a small house, right? But if you wanted a big house, you need $800,000, right? But here's the difference now. Today, like maybe 10 years later or whatever the amount of time, 10, 15, however long. I don't remember how long it's been. But around that ballpark, so the price of that $200,000 to $300,000 bungalow is now $1 million. It's probably, some of them are probably 1.5 million. And that two-story $800,000 house is now like $5 million. So if your money, you spending your time to work to get that money cannot buy you anything, is there really a point of working for the money anymore? You have to figure a way out of that because you cannot do that for the rest of your life. Look, I'm getting older. I mean, heck, I have hair here now. Before I didn't even have hair. I mean, heck, after I turned 30, maybe 30 something, and I got COVID, I started getting hair here, and it's quite irritating. And I try not to shave it to the skin because I worry that what do you call it? It'll grow even faster and thicker. So I was like, nope, not doing that because it's really frustrating to deal with facial hair. Now also, right, your body isn't as the same as you were when you were 20. So, if you wasted all those time doing some stupid job and you never really figured out what you want to do with that money you get from that job, if you were to work a job and they say, hey, I need this amount of money to buy Bitcoin, and then I'm going to be trading Bitcoin, then obviously that's your goal, right? To buy a Bitcoin or, or a house or something, right? But if you're just working to get that money, that is a horrible, horrible way of living because when you want to buy it, you're going to realize you cannot buy it because you won't have enough money to buy and it's not going to be good. And, you have to spend more time. Also, if you feel like, hey, the houses or the other things are too expensive or life is too expensive in a certain city, I got to say, you got to move. Right? I moved. I was like, I'm not going to stay in Toronto because I am not going to spend my life mortgaging away $1 million house or a $5 million house, right? Just to like get a house in Toronto, right? I speak perfect English, so I'm out of here, right? I'm going to move somewhere. And that's exactly what I did. And, you know, you got to figure that out because you really don't want to be slaving yourself away at your job. And as good as you feel, like, you know, yeah, I have this title as a manager. So what? You're a manager that's in debt, all right? So anyways, it is not a very good feeling. And when you want to do something, you can't do anything either. So you got to really make up your decision when you're young, especially for normal people. If you're like in a profession like a actuary or like some sort of a doctor or something with pretty well paid, then obviously you don't really need to care about it that much. But if you're a normal person like me and everybody else, then you really got to think about what you want to do with that money. Because, you know, sometimes, let's say if you made $1 million and that $1 million can't buy you anything, is it really worth your time? I mean, people in Zimbabwe, they probably make $1 million, right? But everything costs $1 trillion, right? I mean, it's like a bottle of water already costs like $5 million. So your million isn't worth anything. So the money you make is only important as what you can buy with it. If you can't buy anything with it, then you're really wasting your time. And one of the things you can't get back is your time. And the second thing is your youth. You're getting older, right? I mean, heck, I'm getting wrinkles here. So, you know, you're getting older and your body isn't catching up with you. I mean, even for me, people thinking, hey, YouTube is such a great career and stuff like that. It's not, especially not what I'm doing anyways. I mean, video games, sure, it may look good, sound good, but I have like problems with my feet, right? Because I always sit around and I film stuff. But, you know, my body isn't getting enough exercise, right? So I have problems with my feet, and I don't think it's worth it. I mean, your health is not worth the money they're giving you. And yeah, I mean, I just think about, hey, if you can get enough to buy something, then you'll do it. If you don't get enough to buy something, then it's definitely not worth doing, and it's not worth giving up your health and everything else. And do remember, as you get older, you're gonna get the same problem as everybody else. I've seen a lot of YouTubers quit, and you know, there's a lot of other people that are quitting other jobs too, because if you can't buy anything, what's the point of wasting your time?